You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast. Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host, Earl.
Yep.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
And you guys know what it is. We're just dads with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. Be sure to listen, like, rate, review, share, and most importantly, enjoy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows. And if you love watching the video, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube at the Hot Seed Podcast. And we can't go any further without letting you guys know that we are powered by W Energy. And I had this all timed up. There we go. W Energy, official partner of the Hot Seed Podcast. Make sure if you guys go to w.gg and you insert the code, the Hot Seed Podcast at checkout, you get 10% off your purchase. So no sugar means no crash, means if it's a late night gaming, late night streaming, or if you're a late night content creator, or if you're just an early morning riser like a lot of us are, go ahead, open up that W drink, man, and get it going. Make sure you get it going. And go ahead and get 10% off your purchase, man, when you enter the Hot Seed Podcast. W Energy, official partner of the Hot Seed Podcast. Today is October 1st, 2025, and it is the first of the month. I did not have the first of the month queued up because we don't own the rights to that, but you know what I'm talking about. We can sing about it's the first of the month. That's all they do. I ain't got time.
Wake up.
Yeah, I ain't got time to be dealing with YouTube and they be like, well, you don't own the rights. I know, mofos. I know. I've seen a lot worse of things. Welcome back, fellas. How we feeling, guys? How we feeling? I know Dave just had his McDonald's. I'm over here eating stuffed olives with the garlic. You know what time it is? Mm-hmm. You know what time it is?
Those are expensive now, by the way.
They are expensive as shit. We fancy over this bitch. You know what time it is? What you said?
You said it's stuffed?
Yeah, man. Garlic, yeah.
Garlic, jalapeno, blue cheese. Yep. They got all different ones.
Nice little.
What's in there?
It's a lump,
bruh.
Olive stuffed with garlic. I'm out here killing vampires out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Late night. That's what I do. That's why I'm up late though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Batman. I'm a vampire killer. That's what I do.
That's why your stomach was hurting?
I'm good. Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Olives don't mess with my stomach. And spicy food technically don't mess with my stomach. It's the other stuff like dairy. Sometimes it'd be like random ass like low quality beef, stuff like that. That's why I don't really rock with McDonald's and stuff like that. Like I can eat that stuff all day, even pork. A lot of people say you eat a lot of pork. No, if it's high quality stuff, I'm good. The low quality shit, fuck me up all day. Hey, don't
what's high quality pork?
Pretty much got to be clean. It's clean. It's clean pork. You know, clean stuff. If you walk into your local market and you walk by the butcher shop and it smells like somebody need to take a bath, that ain't the right place to be. I'm going to tell you that right now. Also, pork is the other white meat. Just let you know that right now. I'm just saying. If it don't look right, don't buy it. Do not buy it. Nope. I mean, Master Story could probably tell you as well. You know what good quality meat look like. If it's grass fed, I need all that. I need all that shit. I need all of it. And because I'm cleaning it from a
regular grocery store no more.
You can't, man. It's not. And don't let
you start learning things that you thought that was the difference maker of it. Whether you eat it or not, like things like beef. You know, as a kid, you used to go in there naive and you see like the ground beef and stuff in there, and you'd be like, "Oh, look how red that is! It ain't even supposed to be that color."
It's not.
They're pumping it. They're injecting it. You know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things in there. You get a little bit older in age, and then you find out the difference between what is it? Farm raised and wild caught and all these different types of things. And you're like, wait a minute. So yeah, how did that? So, and I remember I always go back to what George, listening to the show, y'all all know George, said to me one day, because he knows I love just about everything. And he goes, Dave, I always wanted to ask you, man, because I remember one time I was over there and, you had the tilapia going and everything like that. The joint looked good. He was like, let me just ask you, when was one time that anybody went out fishing and said, I caught some tilapia today? And the same way y'all just acted is the same way I sat there and I was like,
it's a good ass
I never heard of anybody catching.
I've never seen a tilapia in my life. I've seen goldfish. I have a beta. I've seen salmon. I've seen swordfish. Never seen a tilapia.
Mahi, all the different type of things you out there.
Did that make you not want to eat it, or?
I haven't really had catfish. I haven't really had tilapia that much at all. Yeah, it's just, it's different. He's the one that kind of swayed me away from certain salmon because I'm just thinking it's salmon. And he's like, nah, find the
wild caught.
Yeah, he's like, find the wild caught. And there is a difference, hands down. There's a difference just in the taste alone. Not only knowing that it's healthier, but there's a difference in the taste, cook time, the way you're prepping it, all those different things. You can make the other one taste good, but you're doing a lot to it. If you get what I mean. Certain things you don't even have to do that much to it, just cook it. So there's a difference there.
There is a difference. It is. You find all this stuff out, and I go back to several years ago, and I don't have all the details in front of me, but I do remember this. I remember when the world was trying to get healthy, and you had the big marketing campaign and propaganda around the Atkins diet. And not long after the Atkins diet, I seen a lot of motherfuckers that was passing away. And he was like, well, they were going to the Atkins diet aspect. I'm not saying there's nothing against it, but at the time it was the early years. And it was like, I need y'all to look into what y'all are eating. No, I'm cool, bro. I'll stick to the OGs, man. I'm just going to stick to the OGs. I am going to stick to OGs. Besides that, see what we got. While I plug in the other side of my laptop because it says it's low on power. I guess it's not plugged in. Master Earl with the do-rag on. It looked like, you ready to, get into some gangster shit. What's going on? How you doing? How's your week?
I'm ready for it to be over, bro. I'm just ready for it to be over.
You're almost there. It'll be all right. Don't go on strike. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. And shout out to the people that work for the government. That's one reason why I can't work for the government, because they will make you work.
We're going to get there. That's a topic. We'll get there. But, uh-oh.
I'm excited, though, because my kids and Black Student Union are working on this project called Men Without Shoes. Where we're going to be doing the exhibition on Black soldiers from the Revolutionary War. Because there was a pivotal battle that was during the Revolutionary War that happened right in our backyard, which was the Battle of Trenton and the Battle of Princeton. And they were saying those two battles really were pivotal in America, winning the war. So
I remember that there was a house in Broadway, probably still has a sign up today, where George Washington has stayed. One of those pivotal points of whatever was going on exactly at that time. But it's just neat to see that history kind of just passing through, and being preserved.
Yeah, because they came up through. He was in New York, and then they came up through New Jersey, and they ended down there around Trenton, Princeton, which was all one area. And this was in December, and then they marched. Actually, I'm sorry, they came from Delaware. Then they had a battle in Princeton, and then they had a battle in Trenton. Cold as heck. These dudes wearing no shoes. So what we trying to do is what often gets erased is African American contribution to these wars. Where a lot
everything
of
getting erased now.
Yeah, but even then, it's like you just don't know their name. Either they took the name of their slave master, or they just gave them a name because of it. Just a thing that they did. Like it's crazy that one of the guys. So two quick things that we discovered. One of the guys' name was Private Orange, and Private Isaac Walker, who was found out they were like the first African American Marines ever, or whatever. There's three of them. There's another guy, I forget his name. He just didn't fight in the Battle of Trenton, the Battle of Princeton. He fought somewhere else, but during the Revolutionary War. So they, on paper, were the first African American Marines. They haven't had another African American Marine since like 1940 something, because they wouldn't allow African Americans into the Marine Corps until 1940 something. So we discovered that, and they was at the Battle of Trenton and the Battle of Princeton. Then Dave, you might like this, or this might be interesting. So Primus Hall, which is Prince Hall. Primus Hall was the son of Prince Hall.
Gotcha.
And we discovered that he was one of those soldiers. It was more than 14 soldiers. It was like maybe 1,000 or so. But that's the ones that we got identified. But we found out that he was one of those soldiers that fought in the Battle of Trenton and Battle of Princeton. And then just who he's connected to, his father,
right?
Being the founder of Black Masonry, Prince Hall Masonry. So pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We just had a whole history lesson while you was getting your stuff together.
I did. I apologize. I apologize. But this is what we do. We've been doing this for 5 years now. But you know what? We appreciate you guys because we are global. So we appreciate you guys just tapping in. Sometimes things just happen. I guess my laptop wasn't plugged in, which is weird. It was like, please plug in your laptop. Usually that says you got 10%. Nope. That joint was like, nah, you got 1%, maybe 2.5 seconds. And that's what happened. So I missed all that. I do apologize. It was just funny that you talk about that with all the craziness that's been happening around the military space. But we can kind of tie into that, but without going into that, because I don't know how this always happens. Maybe this is what we're destined to do. Because I feel like there's always something government-wise going on whenever we do a pod or something like that. The government closed. Yeah. They closed September 30th. And so for the first time in about 6 years, has it been 6 years? I feel like it's been longer than that. But the federal government has officially shut down for the first time in 6 years after a deadlock. Congress failed to pass a funding measure to keep the lights on, quote unquote, and no one inside the Capitol knows what will happen next. So, of course, you're going to go ahead.
Now, I was just letting you know, it feels closer than 6 years.
It does.
This is like always the talk.
Yeah, it always is.
It always gets down to this point. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So the of course the proverbial, and I said it. I did say that earlier. The proverbial blame game is happening on who is, whether it's Republicans or Democrats. But one of the biggest things is an extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act, and I don't understand how individuals who are quote unquote voted in to represent their individual municipalities, states, whatever, can be so against something that covers all people. Canada, our neighbors, they have their universal health care, and it really is a publicly funded health insurance to pretty much all permanent, citizens of Canada. I don't know. Well, I know. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna tell that lie. I know a lot of the folks don't like the whole Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, because it came during the time from a black man who was our black president. You just call it what it is. The folks don't like it because it came from a black man. And there will be a lot of argument around who's to pay for this, that, and the third. But to be perfectly honest, we spend a lot of money on shit that ain't even important. And something that's very important, the people that folks vote on to represent them in their particular municipality ain't even taking care of them. And that's not the only reason. I want to be clear. This is not the only reason that the government shut down, but that was one of the main things. Healthcare is always one of the most expensive things, which it doesn't have to be, but we've had that conversation before, how that shit's run up. But what was you guys' take, man? When you it's crazy. Before you guys go in there, I didn't realize we were, and maybe that's because I've become so desensitized to it. I didn't realize that we were on the verge of another government shutdown again. Again, it's been 6 years, but it's just
Don't
but,
worry. When we get past this one, we'll be in the same talk at the end of the year. So
right. So what's your take on this?
Go ahead, Earl.
I mean, I heard that. So I don't watch the news like that. I mean, reason being is because I'm like, I don't watch the news because it's for my mental health. it's more negative than positive. And then, quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing the foolishness from this government. So I'm good. But I did hear that they were close to a shutdown. And it kind of seemed like it just happened abruptly. Last thing I heard was yesterday the Democrats voted against something for Medicaid, for Social Security, healthcare, something like that. And then next thing you know, it shut down. And then I knew we officially was in the shutdown because one of my friends that went to UM, she works for the government, so she got furloughed. And is expected to go to work and not get paid. So this is why I can never work. Ever work for the government.
Let me pick up right there. The government is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a Trump government conversation. This is the U.S. government, period, is a joke.
Right.
We had the same conversations under under the Obama administration, had the same conversations under Biden, under the Bushes. It's all the time. And they play games with the American people's livelihood. So how do you solve this type of problem? Because I believe in everyday life, we got our own budgets that we got to make, or else guess what? If we can't pay the bills, something's gone. If I can't pay my mortgage, I'm out. If I can't pay the lights get cut off. Well, I believe the people that are making these decisions and going into the fact of, hey, you know what? Just shut it on down. Aren't they part of the government? So they shouldn't get paid. How are you still getting paid? You're part of the government, and it's a government shutdown. It would make people come together. And I'm not saying everybody's going to agree, but we ain't leaving this room until we have some type of agreement. And that's how the government is supposed to work. If you go back to the founding fathers' times and stuff like that, when you hear about all those different things that went on and all the squabbles that went on, they were in that one room and they were going back and they were yelling, going back and forth. Then they're getting in fights and all that type of stuff. But they came out of that room with a resolution. Right. And that's how you're supposed to act. Shoot, that's how they do out there in like England now. If you ever see like the parliament and stuff like that, they are going at it. They still run it that way. But guess what? When they come out of that room, something has to be decided because people's livelihoods are on the line. I guarantee if I stop your healthcare right then and there, you're going to think twice about shutting it down for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Right.
I
Right.
guarantee you see what I'm saying? So when these things are tied to them, you think a little bit differently. But when you have nothing connected to it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. Think about this, and then I'll let you go real quick, girl. Think about this. The first thing Trump said when they were talking about the fact of this shutdown, you know what he said? I don't know if either one of you know. Do you know what he said? I know, Earl, you said you weren't listening to the news. And you said you didn't know about the shutdown in the first place.
I dead ass did not.
So I'll say it in this way. He's using it as an excuse to do more mass layoffs. He said, well, if the government shut down, we can't pay people. So you know what? We need to do some more mass layoffs. That's what he's using it for. So that's the games that we're playing right now. Right. We could tie it around healthcare. We could tie it around all these Democrats, Republicans. This is real life. You got people that are working in the air traffic control that you know we already got problems with that aren't getting paid. How much you think they're paying attention? Maybe this one day they'll be fine. Let this go for a week or two. Think who's calling out. Think who's working TSA right now and don't care about what the hell gets through. Right. I ain't getting paid. You don't realize how many things are tied. Like when we say this government thing, we're thinking like DC and people. No. Everyday things that you depend on on a regular basis are getting paid. Go ahead, Earl.
Sorry, quick question. This is more of a question. I didn't want to cut you off. The military not getting paid either, right?
Parts. It matters. I'd have to see exactly the breakdown. Yeah, see, a lot of things don't hit. A lot of things don't hit directly. Yeah, like right then and there.
It's different pockets of the government.
So I'll give you an example. Like my wife works for the FDA. You guys know that. She's not affected by this. The FDA has to keep rolling. But once again, it also matters how long this shutdown is. Yeah. I remember one of those ones not too long ago when that might have been the one from 6 years ago, I guess. The one, it didn't last just a couple of days. This thing went on for like weeks, almost to that month and everything like that. And it was like, yo. Because the amount of money that's being, think DC by itself, how much money is being lost. No museums are open. Do you know how much that brings in?
For tourists alone. It's tourists alone.
Yeah. Let me explain something to you. And
it's crazy.
Let me just explain this to you. If I'm not getting paid, I'm not working. And I find it so funny that the people that sit in Congress, every last one of them are getting paid 9 times out of 10. Nothing was cut. And I'm like, in good faith. And honestly, if y'all wasn't getting paid, y'all would actually be all right for a little while. You know what I'm saying? You playing with people's livelihoods. Mental health is at an all-time high. People,
Here's a couple of things, just because I took a quick snapshot and then just go.
I got you.
Furloughed federal employees, 335,000 Defense Department alone. 32,000 HHS. 17,000 State Department. 14,000 Homeland Security. 11,000 Transportation alone. That's what it affects right there. What could also be affected? Parts of the FDA. FDA inspections, limited and delayed. Travel delays depend on this.
Right.
National Park Services. So it goes all the way down. It's a trickle effect. Go ahead, Sean.
We're not a political podcast. Again, we're dads with mics. We have unfiltered conversation. But it still affects us. We're going to give our opinion. If whatever, the three of us, whatever we vote, it's what we do. But we just point out the shit that don't make no sense. We've had positions where we were like, whether you were a good Republican, bad Republican, good Democrats, bad Democrats. If you've been listening to the Hot Seat podcast for the last 5 years, you know what time, where we stand on. for me, I sometimes, even though, a lot of the majority of all of our marketing is across social media, word of mouth, which we appreciate you guys. But it's when that part of social media is put out there that is used for like the bullshit that I'm not with. And I still tap into X/Twitter, even though I got rid of my Twitter account because that shit's fucking toxic. But one thing that stood out, and it makes me laugh. And according to House Republicans on X, quote, Democrats have officially shut down the federal government. They're putting illegal aliens first and hurting hardworking Americans in the process, unquote. All right, let me check this out. I've had several different jobs done at my home. The man that I talked to, or woman, were American. White, more times than not. The people who showed up, who worked for said company that I fucking call, were 10 times out of 10 Hispanic. No, I am not calling them illegal aliens. But I also recognize that term illegal aliens is often referred to our Hispanic brothers and sisters, some of our Arabic brothers and sisters. Those are the main ones. They never name the Asian folks. And maybe because they, however that goes, and I won't even touch into that. But it's typically surrounded around our Hispanic brothers and sisters and stuff like that. I'm trying, and mind you, at the same time, these are the same quote unquote illegal aliens that can't even vote. But not one time in the last 3 years of me owning my home that I have had a team of quote unquote American people show up to put new gutters on my home, siding, or anything like that. Not one. Now, the one guy was a white guy. He might have been a solid dude. I don't know. I just want to point out the fact is, what the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? What? Mind you, these are the same people that folks vote into their position. And they'll turn around and say something like this. That's all I got. I want to stop right there because it's been a really great day. And I've toasted up a little bit before I say some shit. They really get us kicked off here. But that irked me. What y'all got, man?
Well, nowadays you would have to get back in shape to join the military again. You do realize.
Wait, you not saying I'm not in shape?
I couldn't hold that one.
You said I'm not in shape. Fuck that.
Not in the shape that the government wants.
Facts. I can still shoot. Fuck that shit. I can still shoot. Fuck it.
They don't ask no questions about that. What's going on, Earl?
No.
So, okay. My bad. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, and
you good, man?
I got this black bean burger. I'm effing it up right now.
You said what kind of burger was it?
Black bean. Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I only haven't eaten chicken or meat.
Come on, you better say it before you forget.
Yeah. No, shut up. Okay. Pardon, stupid. Part of me agrees with the weight thing, right? Because I ain't gonna hold you. As a society, we've been looking crazy. Like, kids don't go outside. And I'll take it a step further, outside of the military. Because I feel like certain branches, like the Marines, you ain't gonna find no fat Marines, to my understanding. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen the fat Marine. And even if that you think some thicker ones like with that's in shape, but I feel like because they keep their standards for PT pretty strict. I've seen fat Air Force, fat Navy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some big Army, but
don't do that. Don't do
I'm
that.
I'm sorry. But what I would say is crazy because
the people calling us out, them niggas ain't never ran a mile in their
no,
life.
and that's a fact. But I find it ironic that the people that's asking for this, they're not embodying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your president don't look like he look crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the director or the what's the name of war, he could barely do pull-ups. So like,
First of all, they renamed it the Director of War. Fuck are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? The director. You just really just promoting that
to grown ass men and women.
Yes.
When he went and called everybody to Quantico.
But I mean that whole situation was riding itself. But I'm not against the weight thing. But I would even want to say too, they need to take it a step further. Forget the military. Let's get these local municipalities, because it's a bunch of fat ass cops and out of shape cops, and I'm like, yo, some of y'all motherfuckers don't run none of that stuff, and I feel like that's some of the reasons why y'all take out your guns, especially with Negroes. You know what I'm saying? First, well, so it's like I just never understand, how are you a police officer and you fatter than me? And I'm like, yo, son, who are you chasing? You can't even hurry up and get in your car and chase nobody. Like, you just look unhealthy, dog. Like, I want to just have like real conversation. Like, yo, you don't even look like you passed the PT test when you was younger.
I like the fact that Earl took that from me talking about the fact that these folks were like that the illegal aliens was taking all of the American jobs, and you turned that into the other part. You didn't hear that anything I just said, did you? But I agree with you at the same time, because it's so many layers to this shit. It is so many layers to this. It is so many layers to this altogether. We're at the point now where we have a government that just stand in a room. Think of it, if you're an artist, if legit like you paint and stuff like that, and you know what an infinity wall is. This is a white wall. It looks like it's going forever. And it looks like you just sit there with some shit in your hand and throw it up onto the wall and just hope it sticks and see what we create. That's where we at. That's where we at. That's where we at. And the crazy part of this is, I know we still got 3 years roughly of this administration, roughly 3.5. I mean, so 2.5, something like that. That don't really mean nothing, because there's a whole tribe of folks who own the same type of shit, and we ain't seen nothing in either political party that says, hey, we're gonna go back and try to kind of like even this whole situation out. At the end of the day, we're gonna try to even this out. Like at the end, it is. You got folks coming out the woodwork. It's gotten to the point now where individual pockets of the universe have felt like they have now been given the right to just act like entire assholes and pieces of shit. So much so that this just makes for a great fucking transition to the Ryder Cup. See what I did there. And the reason I did that is because we could talk about the government stuff all day. And, ultimately, like, so we talk about gaming and stuff like that. But it was situations that happened during the Ryder Cup, which the Europeans won. But real personal situations that happened around Rory McIlroy that went down to, yes, he might have said, fuck you to the crowd. But at the same time, but prior to that, folks in the crowd on the American side actually chucked drinks at him and his wife at a fucking golf event. But this is the type of behavior that has been enabled the last, let's call it 8 years. So I know it says Ryder Cup and Rory. I know only Dave and myself have pretty much watched the Ryder Cup. But I want to actually really talk about like just the behavior and the quote unquote pride of the USA right now. You want to jump into that, Dave?
If you don't know about the Ryder Cup, for people that don't watch golf, I find it to be the equivalent of people in track and field and swimming and stuff like that building up for the Olympics.
It's like FIFA.
Only it happens. Only it happens on a yearly basis.
Gotcha.
But I say that because it's huge. You're representing your country, and the best of the best, supposedly. See what I did there? Are out there. But this one took a different turn.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is there's a difference between being very for your people and being obnoxious. And it was getting to the point where it was obnoxious to actually even watch it. And
right.
I'm American and I'm talking on my side. Like I'm sitting back and I'm like, this is embarrassing. Now, when you go on the European side, they're rowdy too. Don't get me wrong. They're doing their chants and everything like that. But the disrespect that was going across, like, I'm surprised that somebody didn't go out in that crowd. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like really go upside somebody's head. And it was just very poorly managed too. That was the other thing. Get just the crowd.
Well, for those who don't watch this crap,
it's similar to when you're like, "Hey, yeah, be professional." These fans are here watching, and you're playing, say, in the NBA. But now that one fan, you can hear that one fan that cuts through everything, all the different heckling, and says that one thing that you're like, "Whoa, wait a minute, I'm a grown ass man, dog," and you see it all the time now. Yeah. Like where these fans get so far past, you say that one thing, whatever it is, that's like, nah, you ain't even, this is past heckling. Like you about to meet me now. We're about to see each other. That's how it was, but times 100. Yeah. Because it wasn't just one person. This was the crowd, period. You know what I mean? Like they're pulling security out there, extra security.
Yeah, to be around state troopers and everything. Yeah, man. Like it's just the shit was.
Where was it at?
Bethpage. It was up in New York.
In New York.
New York.
Wow.
It was up in New York. Yeah. It's up in New York, man. So
you got, a lot of the fanhood that you have there. I was telling Andrea this because she doesn't watch it as much as I do. But we're sitting back and watching. I said, I guarantee you a lot of this is the people that are showing up that ain't even real golf fans. You get what I mean? Like they're just there getting drunk, having a rowdy time up in New York and just want to shoot the shit. And that's it. These aren't the regular, because even though golf, you have a good time out in that audience, don't get me wrong. It's a respectful, quiet sport. Like they know how much goes into getting your mind right just to hit that ball. There's a lot that goes into that. So you can heckle all the way up to the point until I'm about to approach that ball. And when I'm about to approach that ball, everybody got to shut the hell on up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's fine.
This is real. No, it never stopped. It was 3 days of just.
So they didn't remove people?
I don't know if they did, but I know they got to a point where the Europeans were up. They were up big, and they won eventually. And Rory McIlroy, which, if you know about Rory McIlroy, he was crowned, or whatever you want to call it, as the second coming of Tiger Woods, around that like middle period after that. And Rory's still great in his own right. He is really great, man. And him and Tiger have him and Tiger have their own goddamn golf league in the goddamn what is it called? Is it the TGL? Is that what it is, Dave? Have you watched the I think it's a TG. I think it is called the golf league. I think it is.
Like that.
And I saw a video, and Rory was saying, doesn't matter when, where, how, whatever. And he literally said Tiger is always the first person to text, because after the Europeans won, and they showed Rory in a locker where they was at, and he was sitting there. He was like, he would look at somebody. He was like, he's always the first. I don't care what. He said his text always comes through first. They got that type of relationship, but it got to the point, Earl, where the disrespect happened to Dave's point, where I watched it. Someone from the crowd, and I'm gonna be very honest. The crowd did not look like us. They threw
I was just about to say, I know there wasn't us.
The majority, they threw a drink. Now, we out there, but not like that. And they threw a drink at his wife and towards him. And you saw Rory turn around and look with that look like you would have in your face. Was like, I know you fucking lying. And I'll have to go up into the crowd, and whoever the security is, whatever, they kind of like put their arm out, whatever. But he looked like, hey, man, fuck all this golf shit. Yeah. And the people who was doing the shit was the entitled ass folks that has now become far too often the example of what quote unquote US pride looks like.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, that's not all of us, because we're all American. But unfortunately, and I'm gonna be clear, this president has ushered in a group of individuals that feel like they can do what the fuck they want to do and disrespect anybody else with no regard for anything, including law enforcement, whether it was that same race or not. It was like, we are above all reproach. And it's interesting to me because Americans would do this type of shit to different ethnicities and races in the U.S., but then we'll go outside of the U.S. and go to a foreign country, Aruba, Bahamas, Jamaica, whatever, and get there and be like, man, oh man, this place, this is the greatest time I've ever had. Because you see the folks who live in those places aren't doing the bullshit that's happening in the United States. It's not. They're
laughing at us.
They are. They laughing at it. The best time we say we had, and as unfortunate as it was, the amount of death that happened around COVID. But in the same time, I can also agree this was probably the best I felt, because one, you weren't getting caught up in the everyday go here and there, whatever, the speed. You making dinner every night. You had time with your family. Hell, even the skies look bluer doing that 4 months. That's the best most folks felt outside of those who lost family. But you felt better. You didn't feel stressed, stuff like that. That's how most of the countries feel outside of the United States.
The biggest thing that the European team said, and I got to totally agree. Now, of course, they made a hell of a comeback on the last day, the United States did, but still fell short. But they were getting their ass kicked the first 2 days.
Done.
They were getting their ass kicked to embarrassment. Forget the crowd. The team was getting their ass kicked.
Embarrassed.
And the one thing that they had said, the European team said afterwards, was if you put the same energy into backing your team than to heckling us, maybe they would have done better.
Yeah.
Because they were screaming the European team's names and stuff like that and profanities at them more than uplifting DeChambeau, or uplifting whoever else. They weren't saying nothing for anybody. Justin Thomas or anybody like that. They weren't saying nothing. You didn't hear any of those chants. It was all about the European side. And see how that turned out.
Yeah.
So
I will say this though, and before we jump into something else, Paul Azinger, he's like a PGA golf commentator, something like that. Sir, I don't know you. I really don't. But if it just so happened that we come across your timeline, your feed, because how the hashtags work and the algorithm.
Did he play?
No. He's a commentator. He did, a long time ago. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But I want to take the responsibility for what I'm about to say. If you don't get all the way the fuck out of here with the bullshit, calling Rory McIlroy a hypocrite, because the fact that Rory looked at the crowd and was pointing out, he was saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. My man was hot, because the entire time the folks, they were being disrespectful. I outside of that first day, I missed like the first half, maybe 3/4, because Dave hit me up, and then I'm watching everything else. I saw what the crowd was doing. He had a moment. It's like, hey, look, it was one of those moments we were like, you kind of look at Jordan when he used to go play in Detroit. I guess that's the biggest one, Detroit. And Detroit would heckle Jordan, like to the point he's like, whatever. Cleveland back in the day. And he would look at the crowd, and even New York, I'm sorry, guys, and be like, hey, shut the fuck up, because I'm sending y'all home in the playoffs. That's pretty much what Roy was doing. And when it got to the point, and quote, this is what Paul Azinger said. He said, Roy probably turned down $500 million not to go to live. He is a European, and we see how much he wants to beat our tour. But he stayed here and fought for us. He fought for the PGA Tour. Okay. So I love him for that. But today in the press conference, after it's over, he is saying that I think golf should be held to a higher standard of decorum. But in the meantime, he says, F you, F you, F you in full voice for the world to see. Quote, he turns around and says to the guy, shut the F up. The guy in the media asked him, how did that feel, Roy, to tell him to shut up, and then hit it 2 feet. And he said it felt pretty effing good. Bro, he's human.
It's because with some of this I love, it's good when they do it. It's
right.
bad when I do it.
Right.
And that's
right.
Unfortunately, that's
out of here.
You know what, Roy? What's his name? Roy
McIlroy. Earl about to be playing golf and shit.
I
hear it in your voice.
Girl canceled out when he stopped getting the game.
Yeah.
That's the closest he was getting.
I'll just say this. Welcome to the plight of black folks.
He ain't lying.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Nah, my bad. I had to go on mute because I was like trying to see what y'all was talking about, and I'm just seeing like just how the fans was moving. And I'm like, to my understanding, I'm like, there's two sports where there's a certain etiquette where, you're supposed to be quiet. Like there's times where you can cheer.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be quiet while they're actually up there competing, and that's golf and tennis. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a moment, but and you get
tennis don't even move until you quiet that joint down.
Yeah,
you see the head like this.
Yeah, you got to be quiet. And I think shame on whoever organized this joint. And honestly, it was an embarrassment to.
But you can't even blame the organizers though. Like this is something every year. It's just the audience has got. Well,
I'm gonna say.
Did I not send y'all the chant video?
I got you. Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm definitely gonna say because if things got out of hand, let me tell you something. What was it? What's the school? I think what's the school that throw the tortillas on the field? It's like their tradition. There's a football team. I want to say it's like Texas.
First of all, who the fuck is throwing good ass tortillas on the field?
Nah, there's a tradition where like they throw tortillas on the field. Now,
I don't even know.
There are a lot of that happen, and I only knew this because Colorado played.
They throw fish in hockey. I saw that shit. I don't even know who threw that.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
That's what I was thinking. Texas Tech, and I forget why, but it's some kind of whatever.
So this is a long-standing unofficial tradition where fans throw tortillas onto the field at the start of games.
At the start of the games, right. Now,
real quick, how many of them niggas are Mexican? Because most of them are white. So I'm trying to figure out who the fuck.
We ain't doing this.
All right.
You know what? All right.
So after that, right, they was playing Colorado. They threw these junks on the field, right? But then, they stopped the game, cleaned up the field. But then it got to the point where now they're throwing stuff in the middle of the game and they're throwing other stuff. It was to the point where Dion was like, yo, this junk is hitting my players. Like, we can't play the game. It's interfering in the game. So they got on the microphone, and the AD or whoever said, yo, if y'all don't stop, we're not starting this game. And that whole section will go. And they did it again. And they stopped the game. And they literally kicked that whole section out. NBA, they did something like that as well. If y'all don't stop, the whole section is gone. So you can't sit up here and tell me that the organizers or whoever's running don't have any control. No, you allowed that. So borderline, I felt like you wanted that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Darrington 101, man. You only do what you're allowed to do.
That would have turned into, you know what? No problem. We're going to suspend. This is not going to be spectation anymore. Mm-hmm. This is just going to be for the players. Everybody get the hell out.
Real quick. I just want to point this out right now because you brought it up and I had to go do some quick Google research. So this is the approximate race demographic at Texas Tech.
You still
51.1% white.
We know what they are. We know
26.9% Hispanic or Latino. I don't know none of those cats who play football. Black or African, 5.68, 4%, 2 or more races, Asian 3 point. Yo, who the fuck is throwing I just want to know this. I know white people love Plaza Seca. I just want to fucking know. I just want to know. You know what? But see, I say this jokingly, but I said this and I did this without thinking, but it worked what I was talking about. This is the interesting part. Yes, something like this happened. It might have been a tradition going back to the 90s with Texas Tech, right? And again, I gave you what the percentages were. And in the same conversation, a certain political group will look at another side or something like that and say, hey, we have an issue with, again, illegal immigrants because they usually are turning to Hispanics. Like they have an issue with Hispanics in this country, but you're the same ones that will take up. You ever went out on Cinco de Mayo?
Yes.
How many Hispanic? How many Mexican people you see on Cinco de Mayo celebrating that shit?
The place that I went to, I actually saw a lot of them.
Okay. I'm gonna run this back. How many of them were working? How many of them were working?
Wow. So the place that I went to, I actually saw
I'm being dead ass. I'm right.
Were there engaging me and my friends.
Uh-huh.
Hey, yo, I just want to say this before Sean continues.
I'm just saying, man, like this shit is.
And comments are his and his alone.
They are.
We reached 10,000 and
it
was great.
Look, man, look, I'm married to a Hispanic woman.
Because this yellow N-word is wilding right now.
It's just one. It's like
but
crazy,
they say that
man.
YN, this YN.
No, I had to call him an N-word.
Oh, look,
I wanted to say
we might keep this thing going there because we about to piss everybody off now.
No. So, you about to piss everybody off, not us.
Yep. So this past Sunday night, of course, if you guys tap in each Sunday to the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk Live, we talk about football, college, and professional sports. But right now, we're about to do a segment that we're going to talk about that's about football, but not really not. So this past Sunday night, they announced the halftime headliner for this upcoming Super Bowl 2026. None other than Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico, by the way, guys. And for everybody to know, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory for everyone. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's where he threw the paper towels at.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Right. Like for all the people, it was like, oh, my God, man, we're going to be watching the Super Bowl, man, with, this Mexican dude you're doing headliner. Bitch, Puerto Rico is in the United States. So Bad Bunny at the organized aspect of one. Shout out to JC, bro.
Rock Nation.
You can say what the fuck you want, and motherfuckers can hate him all they want. Last year we got Kendrick Lamar. Year before that we got Dr. Dre. Year before that we got Usher. Year before that I think we got. Correct me if I'm wrong. We got
You got
what's buddy?
Out of order. It was Usher before Kendrick.
No, Kendrick was last year. Kendrick was last year.
No, I'm saying Kendrick. Then it was Usher. Then it was somebody.
I'm sorry. They were still there. They were still there. And then prior to that, they had what's the little buddy? The black
Rihanna. Then they had Rihanna.
Yeah, we can all of that.
Was like 6 years ago.
Right. So this year they announced it. And when it's crazy about it, I didn't post it because Rolling Stone Australia had dropped the information before it had got presented on Sunday night. So I was like, I don't know how true this was. I was sitting next to Natasha and she was like, Bad Bunny gonna be at the Super Bowl halftime? This was well before they even announced it Sunday night. I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to post it on IG, but it was there. I already had the information like a lot of other people did, so it's not just relegated to me. And sure enough, I say, I think this might be right. And sure enough, Sunday night, they announced it. And then all of a sudden, you saw the internet and the people's head just pop, which was fucking crazy. And all because Bad Bunny is this year's halftime headliner. Remind you, now, Jennifer Lopez, for all the Hispanic people who don't like her, me either. Her and Shakira, they headlined the Super Bowl several years ago. Wasn't too much blowback. But again, on the Jennifer Lopez side, one can surmise that she kind of like pandered to the other side, so they were cool with that. But now you get a true and through Puerto Rican who just did his residency in Puerto Rico and decided not to do it in the United States because of the bullshit that Trump has been on. And his residency has injected upwards to about $400 million into the economy, with projections being as high as $700 million in Puerto Rico, just Puerto Rico. And we know how this, they just storms and stuff like that. And the fact that he has been announced as the halftime headliner, it's hilarious because I've seen the memes. You guys haven't seen as well. It's like, you talking about being petty. Jay and then was like, you know what? Let's double down on what we did last year with Kendrick. Just give you guys Bad Bunny, which right now he is the most streamed artist, period. And that's beyond one Taylor Swift. So I just want to put that out. He is the most streamed artist, period. Hey, what y'all got, man? I know I'll be watching on Super Bowl Sunday.
I ain't gonna hold you. I've only heard of Bad Bunny. I couldn't tell you a song. Mm-hmm. If you said I give you $1 million if you can name a song, I would be calling a friend. And I ain't gonna hold you. The friends that I'm gonna call, they don't know who Bad Bunny is. Now, if you play a song, I'd be like, oh, that song? Oh, okay. 9 times out of 10, I don't like it because I don't listen to that type of music, but you know what I'm saying? But I mean, but shout out to him, you know what I'm saying, for getting that opportunity and things of that nature. Shout out to the culture. I support anything. Like, shout out to them, yo. I won't be tuning in for it because it's just not my thing. And it's no disrespect to him. It's just I don't listen to that. It's no different from when J-Lo or whoever was at. Mm-hmm. I ain't listen to that. No, I ain't listen to The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? I was in and out for Rihanna because, there's a couple songs. Actually, no, I tuned in to Rihanna because I wanted to see her performance. I take that back.
With the belly and everything. I love it.
Yeah. I love it. Other than that, I ain't care. I was a little disappointed because I thought it was going to be Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, why would I do that?
Hey, let's talk of it.
So, mine is a mixture of both. Gotcha. On the Earl side, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I really couldn't tell you too much on the music either. So yeah, that part of it. But on the side that you just presented, Sean, this is Jay-Z playing chess while the others are playing checkers. Yeah. And that's the part that excites me. The part that disturbs me is because something is different, it is hated on. Right. And when I say that, we think we're talking about one side and one side only. A lot of our people are doing that hating right now. Yeah. Just jump on the internet. Go check it out.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And what I want to reach out to say to my people is the fact of how many people do you think didn't want to hear Kendrick?
A lot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How many people listen to that type of music that tune into the NFL and didn't want to hear that at halftime? But guess what you got to hear? And guess who kind of opened up their ears maybe to something different and maybe heard something different? Not a lot of them, but maybe somebody sat back and said, oh, okay. And all it takes is that one ear. So I tell you, before you jump out there and say, oh, damn, now a halftime show is going to be in nothing but Spanish. What are we doing? This is an American sport. By the way, over 20% of our population is on that side of things, more than us by ourselves. So just to point that out. But it's a chess move by Jay. With all this that's going on, in case you don't know, Bad Bunny said he wasn't going to be performing and doing concerts in the United States because of these ICE raids. He didn't want his people to get caught up because it would have been just a big, easy takeaway in the sense of location being right here. They set up for it and then boom, they got him. So he didn't want to do it. So what does Jay-Z do? He goes, hey, all right, I know you don't want to go around and do a whole tour throughout the United States, but could you give me one night on the biggest stage, on the biggest night, and feed your people and spread that message of the culture throughout where people are already going to be tuning in that don't give a fuck about you. But guess what? They're there. They got to listen. Can I poke at the bear a little bit and you know who that bear is? Can I poke at him a little bit more? Just to make them sit back and go, oh, this is what we're doing. The NFL is horrible. They shouldn't be getting into all this type of stuff. I love that part of the chess move. So before people start speaking about, oh, I don't listen to this, or we're going to get this type of thing and blah, blah, blah. Think about some of the other performances that came and do everybody like them. Because on a worldwide stage, just check the numbers. What Jay say? Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. That is what it is. By the way, thanks for pointing out that Puerto Rico is in the United States because I kind of that's right.
So I'm gonna pull at your heartstrings, guys. So with Bad Bunny doing the halftime show. So I also watch wrestling too. So Bad Bunny was part of Backlash back in 2023. When they did it down in Puerto Rico. They did Backlash down in Puerto Rico. And the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, had a 28% increase in viewership. It was one of their highest rated events ever out of Puerto Rico. And the thing that I like about people like, well, it's not going to do numbers. If I hate to say it, but if the whitewashed Jennifer Lopez with her co-headliner Shakira did those numbers, and those are low numbers back in the day, people fail to forget how much the Hispanic community show up for their culture. And for those, it's one thing to see folks from the Caucasian community say what they got to say. It's another thing from the folks from the Black and the African American community say another thing. Because for those who live in certain areas, a lot of Hispanic, specifically Puerto Rican and Black people, y'all live together. You live together at the end of the day. But the one thing I take away from this is the fact that, and I wish more, and it's something that Earl has pointed out a lot of times, I wish that folks from our community would put that type of energy in supporting some of those, not the A-list. We're not talking about the Jay-Z's of the world. We're not even talking about the Kendricks. Find me somebody on a lower tier and would give that type of impact to them. Think about what we were talking about, Tyler Perry and them like that, supporting that type of folks that they put behind the Hispanic community, whether it's a Bad Bunny or hell, even Canelo. We just watched the Canelo fight. Canelo just lost. But the Hispanic folks turned out for that. I wish that our community would turn out for that. But unfortunately, our sense of culture and heritage and commitment and consistency and whatever else you want to add to it has been beaten out of us so many years that we don't even understand that we've turned away from our own culture in that regard. In a lot of cases, we will quickly talk about the fact that we won't support our own because crab in the barrel mentality, whatever adjective you want to add to it. But you turn around and look at some of these folks that these political parties will be quick to ostracize, and they hold it down for themselves. Otherwise, we'll sit around and eat our own. For what? For what?
I just want to let you know that I just saw that they say ICE will be active during the Super Bowl.
They will. You know they will. You know they will. You know they will.
Yeah, but this wasn't about them even being there. That's why I said he did a chess move with it.
Right.
It's the most watched thing for that one night.
Yeah.
So I mean,
international.
You ain't gotta be there.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the smarts of it. You know, I'm sitting up here and just looking at these numbers as Sean was saying. You know, he has the third most streamed artist globally last year on Spotify. He's the only Latino that cracked the top 5 spot for Spotify's list.
Yeah.
His album in 2022 is the most streamed album in Spotify history. Right. Like, you know, whether you listen to his music or not, it's like one of those things where you're just like, hey, man, I mean,
it's crazy.
His concerts, here's the thing that blows you. His concerts have boosted Puerto Rico's GDP by $400 million.
Right. It's fucking crazy. We went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and there was rumors about him showing up to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. But after being there for a while, and I looked at my wife, and I'm like, he's not showing up here. She was like, wait, why? I said, because the security ain't gonna be to control the crowd that's out here. Like, that's how crazy it's not the equivalent of it, but it's that Michael Jackson effect in the culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. It was a time where I don't care who you had out there, bro. If you put Michael Jackson out there, bro, you can have all the security you want. That shit is about to get bugged.
That was Michael
bananas.
Was anywhere in the world, though.
Right.
I don't even care to coach you.
But I said, but in the Hispanic community and culture.
Oh, I got you.
Him showing up, like I was following IG, and people was like, yo, we think we saw him in a float or something like that. And people was like, it was so crazy. I was like, they're not going to be control this. And now they just can't. It's just one of those. They are so out there. There's chance. I don't even know. And I don't even know. And I'm well versed in the Puerto Rican, bruh. But go back to it. To your point, Dave, the ultimate middle finger to not because the NFL co-signed on it. We just had Brazil, Spain. We got Spain,
Apple too. Apple Music.
Yeah, all of them. You know, they don't give a shit about this political stuff. Like, they are getting numbers, bruh. They gonna get numbers that night. And mind you, remember, these halftime Super Bowl artists, they don't get paid for doing that halftime show. They don't get paid for that. Mm-mm. So it's going to be stupid. It is going to be stupid. And for everybody who's insulted about it, remember, you just watched several of your football teams play in Brazil. If you're a Commanders fan, you're watching them play whoever in Spain shortly. They're playing in Germany. They're playing in all these other places. And I just want to point this out. For as upset that you are, it's a possibility that with all this nice weather, your lawn care guy might be a Bad Bunny fan. It's the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Earl, Dave. Let's go in video game. I'm in rare form. Hey, they didn't got me hyped. Hey, we ready. Let's go into some video game corner. You ready? You ready, sir? Because
unfortunately,
I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry. Let's get into some video games.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Video game corner here, Sean Xavier, storyteller, Master Earl, Hot Seat Podcast. I mean, I might have to go back to the store, man. But let's get on into it, man. Let's go.
So, for those of you that don't know, October 1st brought some things to us that a lot of us did not expect.
Yep.
So on this gaming side of things, all of us being gamers ourselves and all of us playing Xbox, we were surprised by something. And that something was something that we speak fondly about, which is Game Pass access. And Earl, I am sorry if you just found out about this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because we just talked about you Game Pass Ultimate not too long ago. But go ahead, keep going.
So just to let you know what happened, pretty much overnight, they shocked everyone with the fact that Game Pass jumped as far as pricing. And when I say jumped, it jumped $10. So you are no longer paying $20 for the Ultimate. You are paying $30 overnight. Are there more things presented within that $30? Yes. But at the same time, just do simple math. You are paying $360 a year. And if you're not tapping into that Game Pass and pulling some of these games that they're offering, you got to ask yourself, is it truly worth it? A game being, say, $70. How many games do you got to pull and download off of that on a yearly basis?
Yeah.
On top of the discounts and things like that to make your money back. And if you're not doing that, because some of us, if we're just sticking to, say, a Madden or sticking to a 2K or sticking to, Call of Duty here and there, it's like, is it paying you back? Well, what I can let you know is a lot of people said no, because as soon as they got that announcement overnight, in case you don't know, and I think I can share, right?
You should be able to share. You should be able to share.
We haven't tried this yet.
We haven't tried it yet, so we're about to find something new on YouTube. Let me see. I'm gonna add it to the stage. Yeah, I'm on there. I'm gonna add it to the stage. Right. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that new technology.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yep.
Because I'm about to cancel this shit.
No, trust me. I'll get to it. Don't worry, I got you. Especially since I can share the screen.
Yeah.
So when people started hearing this trickle out pretty much this morning, this is what happened on the cancellation site of Game Pass.
Yep.
It crashed.
Yeah.
The site, you couldn't even cancel fast enough. There were so many people canceling their membership that it crashed the whole site. Not the Game Pass site, just the cancellation portion. You know how bad. Now, mind you, in case you also don't know, which we haven't reported, I think Microsoft is not really realizing what's going on.
Not at all. Not at all.
So even though we're not, on the Sony side of things, Sony still has certain games that I wish we had, especially Spider-Man.
Right. Absolutely.
But when we're talking about games like that, and as far as the Xbox, they started upping the price of the Xboxes now. And then I don't know if you know about that Xbox connection that's coming out as far as the handheld with the Ally and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm buying that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And I'm looking to buy it too, but that higher one is going for like $900.
Yes.
So I'm pointing it out because they are really penny pinching here as far as getting every dollar that they can get. So much so that, like I said, it surprised people. As soon as that word got around, this is what happened. Now, let me share one more thing.
We're doing some new stuff here on YouTube, guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm loving this.
It looks all weird now. It's all over the place. I don't know what's happening. There we go.
We're coming. There you go.
I love it. Let me see what else he got.
So, Earl, pay attention.
There we go. Our pricing one. There we go.
Game Pass.
There we go. There we go.
So this is what Game Pass is looking like now. So I'm going to start from the top because that's what we all had, which was the Ultimate.
Yep.
So with the Ultimate, you got your now 400 games. It jumped up, so there's going to be a lot more things available. But I got to go through and kind of look at these games because number one, I got to see if I want any of these things. Number two, it's going to add an expense because now you got to get the extra expansion as far as data because you know how much this stuff fills up. So that's 400 plus games, 75 plus day one games. So I also want to see if they release a list of what those games are going to be. You know, are you giving me, you know, Grand Theft Auto when it comes out?
Or are you giving me City Skylines 2? I'm just fucking saying right now. That's all.
You know,
I'm sorry. Keep going.
These are the things. No, but that's what I'm saying. I want to know something like that because without knowing those things, how do I know the value? You can give me 400 games of shit.
We just lost MLB the show. We just lost MLB the show. It was on Game Pass. So
you have that. They also got the agreement now with, and now my son's gonna love this, with Ubisoft Plus Classics and EA Play, included with the Fortnite crew. They're gonna get actual bonuses within there. So, I think some whatever they call it. I know VCs, whatever they call their stuff, the bucks. Yeah. So all that stuff is gonna be loaded on a monthly basis, and then there's gonna be some type of rewards program where the more you play, you can get money back. So you can add about an extra 100 a year. So I got to see, is that certain games? Am I easily going to be able to get my 100 back to cut that 360 down to 260 and make me feel a little bit more towards the normal before? Or now do I got to jump down from Ultimate to Premium, which is now at $15 a month, which still gives you access, but not the same access. So you know what that means. Oh, you're going to see the coolest game come out on day one. You don't have access to it. But here's Tetris.
I love Tetris though.
I do, but I don't love it enough to be paying no $200, $300 a year. And then, you know, the one below that is pretty much the one that you just want to be online playing certain things for $10 a month, but don't have access to any of the things I'm talking about. So look into it, check it out. I'm going to do my own research, but this happened this morning to the point of canceling everything out. That's my video game corner.
Oh, we're gonna stay in video game corner. We're gonna stay in this right now. Go ahead, Earl. Go ahead.
So, because I was quietly listening, but I was on Xbox. I'm about to cancel my subscription because they got.
Hold on, man. You can't do this live.
Can you get on it? Can you get on?
Hold on.
No, I have the app. I have the app.
Wait. We are still trying to acquire partnerships. Calm down.
Buddy. Oh, you can do what you want. Yeah, we can acquire that, but I won't be paying this 30.
Calm down. So because with this goes in this same type of news, even though this is happening today, this just happened over the last few days. Let's keep talking about it. EA, our infamous, we just got college football back. We played Madden. For those who play Battleground, we've been talking about potentially NBA Live coming back. It's you got FIFA is gone, I believe, because they lost a license to that. They also had like the Star Wars line, stuff like that. But in any case, EA, Electronic Arts, one of the biggest gaming companies in the world, has agreed to a deal to sell the company for $55 billion. Which actually is going to take the company private. So the consortium of buyers, including Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners. Look up his name.
Do you know who Jared Kushner is?
Yeah, EA is known for making and publishing best-selling games such as EA FC, formerly known as FIFA, The Sims, and Mass Effect. It is understood to be the largest leveraged buyout in history, where a significant amount of the purchase is financed by borrowing money. The deal will take EA private, meaning all of its public shares will be purchased and it will no longer be traded on a stock exchange. The purchase price puts a significant 25% premium on the market value of EA, valuing it at $210 per share. It is the second most valuable gaming purchase in history, following Microsoft's $69 billion deal to buy Call of Duty publisher Activision Blizzard, which went through after significant battles with global regulators with the UK, yada, yada, yada.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, real quick. My bad.
Right. Go ahead.
I'm still trying to understand.
Talk about what you just said?
Yep. You're right.
Yeah,
it's on your next payment, Earl. Not on this.
Okay, so the original, the past one was $19.
That's correct.
So now what they're saying.
So it went from 20 to 30.
Oh, okay. So
the next time you got to pay, it's going to be 30.
So then the other question I have is, this is also for you to get and play online, right?
But
because Xbox Live kind of that was like tapped into it, so you don't only get certain things, I think. But
but all of these versions you could play online.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just what else you have access to. So if you still want to play online but don't need all the rest of the stuff, you can go down to premium. You can go down to essential.
Yeah,
$10 or $15.
I'm going to go down to this $10 because I play the games that I play. I don't play all them extra games anyway.
I feel like you're being disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what I say. You just got to look at it.
Yeah, they got me fucked up.
But the lowest one is 10.
Yeah. Back to EA, man. This one isn't as bad as it looks. Because now
wait, and I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize.
My
bad. Last thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all, because I'm glad y'all said something. How do you not give nobody an update? You tell them, yo, my next billing cycle is on the 5th. Had y'all not said nothing, I would have just got a bill and said, what the hell is this? Like, they gotta come to the front.
What they did is they probably sent that joint through an email knowing that
you ain't read your email, bro.
You know what's funny? The email address that's connected to my Xbox, you I don't even have access to it.
That is funny.
But you just got your answer.
Hey, you know what though? Yeah, look, GameStop sent out a little message. It was like, hey, how about you just buy the game, have it forever, instead of you paying $360 a year for a game that you don't even own next necessarily, because you can't trade it in. There's no value on it. So that's, GameStop trying to capitalize on it. Sorry, Earl. EA Sports, they got sold, and first of all, the Saudi Arabia public some fun. They've been involved in a lot of entertainment stuff. We just watched the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight, which was part of that whole thing as well. They've been putting money behind, but see, they've been putting money behind the gaming joint for like 40 some years, man. They've been like behind there. Look, I'm not even forget who owns it. What I'm looking at off of this, as far as the EA purchase, is the money that can potentially be put behind certain flagship franchises. We've been asking about, hey, Madden is great this year. I'm just gonna say it out of the way.
Yep.
But we also play games that look so you guys play more than me. You guys play Call of Duty. Okay. You guys play Call of Duty. And there's a lot more stuff happening in Call of Duty when you play it than what happens in Madden. As far as all that stuff, it's seamless. Like, think about everything when you play a Call of Duty game, zombies or whatever, the story, all these things, animations, all this stuff is happening. And look how crazy great it looks in our year of 2025. And then you go play a Madden game and be like, oh, this looks great. But then you be like, why shouldn't this look a lot better than this? So for me, this EA purchase adds money to their coffers to potentially bolster the overall gaming experience of a flagship franchise like a Madden, like a college football. Because, hey, whether you want to realize it or not, your favorite NFL franchise, they are partially invested into, if not owned by, the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. I know the Commanders are. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants, Cowboys, Rams, Raiders, all of them are partially part of that.
Don't bring us up in this.
I don't give a fuck who owns this shit. I'm not paying the extra 10.
That has nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry. I still got me hot about that shit.
Oh my God. I don't.
I feel like, Mark, I ain't paying the 5. I ain't paying. How much is it? It's 5%? No, it's $5. I ain't paying the 5.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm glad you said that, Earl. I am so glad that you said that, because you know how you can keep you from paying that additional amount on your Xbox Live. So we need everybody to make sure you go to w.gg. Make sure you go in and make your purchase there. Put in the Hot Seat Podcast at checkout. Get 10% off your discount to help support the show. Not only official partner, and we can help Master Earl take care of his Xbox
Game Pass subscription.
Game Pass subscription.
Even with y'all support, and we love the support, please go and support W. I ain't paying the 10. Kiss my ass.
Oh my God, this is Trizzy.
Much love to Xbox. Keep going.
Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean Earl, Dave. Also support Xbox because that's why we started. This podcast is gonna be what it is, man.
Xbox, y'all on some bullshit.
Y'all some
bullshit.
Oh man, our Xbox Live conversation interaction, man, from that space over to the podcast space. I want to take a moment to shout out everyone who supports the Hot Seat Podcast. Over the weekend, we officially hit 10,000 plus downloads, and now we're over 10,000 now. But we hit 10,000 plus downloads, and I hit up the fellas to express my excitement because in one day we hit 935 downloads. And that says a lot for independent podcasts. We're not backed by nobody. We're backed by the money that comes out of our pocket. That's what we got. Our platform, we appreciate Buzzsprout for hosting the platform, but we don't get any type of marketing dollars, any type of push from Buzzsprout or anything like that. But the fact that we almost hit 1,000 downloads in one day was pretty dope. And while we are very fortunate and thankful for our U.S. listeners and downloaders, when I say we're global. And I want to give you guys.
Are we Puerto Rico?
They're from the United States. They're not global.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey man, don't get us kicked off here, man. I just want to shout out to some of the countries, man.
Don't talk about me.
The countries that have been supporting the Hot Seat Podcast. We got Brazil, we got Australia, we got United Kingdom. I'm reading this actually off of our Buzzsprout stats. So again, Brazil, Australia, United Kingdom, Switzerland, India, Mexico, Malaysia, Indonesia, France. We got I don't even know how to say Jaipur, Rajasthan. We got Manchester. We got Sydney, South Wales. What else we got? We got Dominican Republic. We got Turkey. We got Slovakia. We got Argentina. Man, we salute you guys, man. I know that there's a transcript and everything else. It transcribes what we're saying over to your particular language. Hey, continue to support and listen to the pod, man. There's gamers all over the world. Have you ever been late night playing a Madden, or me specifically playing Street Fighter 6? Bruh, they from everywhere, and they got hands. I'd have got my ass whooped plenty of times by Chun-Li, Ryu, Ken, Guile, all these mofos, man. If you ever play Madden late night, and I know if you're playing a Call of Duty game, which is a global franchise, bruh, everywhere. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting the pod.
I say you was on there playing Call of Duty because you lied.
No, I did not. I said if you. I just said me.
You might have saw me.
You might not be to play Call of Duty if you don't play your Xbox Game Pass subscription.
That is what it is.
Yeah, man.
I knew you was going to say that. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, man.
I apologize, man. I apologize. So, of course, man, as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. Of course, you can find me on Xbox Live at Sanaa2X. Yes, actively, we're tapped in to Madden and college football. We are getting ready to, this is the fourth quarter, so there's about to be some new games drop. I did talk about Shinobi last game. I cannot wait to 2026 drop to where the legacy of Batman drops for the Lego Batman game. Of course, we talked about the game we were not mentioned until we finally see it drop, and Dave reminded me of that. But it's, the last part of it ends with a 6. And all the other Game Pass, there's a lot of dope online games that are out there. So tap in with your folks.
Ninja Gator's going to be on.
At the end of the day, the gaming is a community, man, that is one that allows us to escape from whatever our day-to-day bullshit is. So I'll say this. Regardless of what the price thing is on Game Pass, let's just put that aside. I just need folks to be good ass humans and just enjoy the fact that we can game together with somewhere out, somebody across the pond or whatever you're doing. Whatever you pay is whatever you pay. And I'm talking about whether you do PlayStation, whether you do Xbox, whatever. I just need folks to get their shit together because it's just a game at the end of the day. Don't be a dickhead and get out there. Because I was on playing Madden the other day, and I'm sorry. I coach and I play like I coach. And the mofo was talking sideways because he actually said, quote, all you do is run the ball. And quote, what I said was, bitch, stop it then. That's exactly what I said. I don't know what you want me to do. And you don't have to be that person. Just play the game. He started saying all the other stuff, whatever. Hey, it's just a game, bro. It's just a gaming community. We're passionate about it, but calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. Don't be that person that you say some shit sideways and realize you're in the same zip code, and then you got to go see that person. I'm just saying. That's all I got. What y'all got, man?
That's how I be dealing with IG. I be like, hey, listen, bro, I made a comment, but I inbox you. That's how I let you know it's real. This is my number. I've given my number out. This is my number.
Oh, you really be going in. That's what I'm talking about.
Dead serious. This is my number. Please call me, bro. I'll be available between this time and this time. And the call is just for a meetup. We don't need to go back and forth. I've done that a couple of times. Bring
your controller.
No, I'm talking about just some other stuff. And I've done that a couple of times, and I've gotten, we're good. Let me call these people bluff because man,
it ain't that crazy, man. Calm down.
It's just like people be talking crazy, yo. But I ain't paying the 10.
This is your part right here, Earl.
Yeah, this is your part.
NJ Fatboy 973, aka I ain't paying the 10.
He's gonna be on PlayStation.
I just changed my subscription too.
I know you did.
Fucking right.
That joint, he gonna go on there and try to get on one of these games, and they ain't gonna allow.
Like, yo,
oh my god!
All right, the storyteller. I know like Ninja Gator and that type of stuff is gonna be on the ultimate one, so I'll see some of the ones that's gonna load up. Yeah, I know he ain't playing that goddamn game. But
you won't pay $10 though. Okay, you won't pay $10.
You know why? Because I just use it on the game.
Like he can't pay that $10 extra. He make that joint every day.
I just saved 10 and I just put it on that game. Yeah.
Let me jump out here and do a DoorDash real quick so I can play my video game.
Yeah, my business.
This guy sucks.
All right. But yeah, that's it. Storyteller.
It's fun times, man. Before we get out of here, man, I don't like to do this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shout out to my son. I know he's gonna hate that I said this.
Why would you do this, bro?
Shout out to my son going all out, bro, for asking this girl to go to homecoming with him.
That's what I'm talking about, son. That's what I'm talking about.
My boy got up on Amazon.
Yes, sir.
Man. Yes, sir. One of the what you call the joints, like
fedoras type shit.
No. Like the princess joint.
A crown
Sierra type. Yeah. Brought that joint. Brought a necklace with the cross chain.
Hey, y'all
don't tell her that green nephew.
Yo, listen. Hold it, man. Getting the sign together. Boy, Sneaky hit us up today. Mind you, this the homecoming thing coming up. Hit us up today. Hey, by the way, I'm about to join the homecoming committee. Look on that status. You see what I'm saying? That status.
With it.
I was like, I remember the days of putting together the boxes. Yes, no, maybe.
He got people helping like the question.
Bruh, it's on some.
It's a production.
Some stuff. But I had to tell him even today because me and him rolled out. The man talk back and forth. And I said to him, bro, don't wait till the last minute. I said, number one, you don't want nobody else to get to her first. And he said, I was like, she ain't waiting for you. She probably know you about to ask, but she ain't waiting for you. And I said, number two is the fact that, because I was like, what you wearing? And he was like, oh, no, we're going to get something real quick. And I said, yeah, that's cool. But don't you want to match with her? So you want to ask her so you know what she wearing so you can be with her. So y'all he was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. I said, come to daddy for game, man. Come to daddy for game. Daddy out.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, I just want to let you know, bro, this uncle wasn't going to put you out there on blast. You know? I don't condone none of the stuff that, shout out to you, but he ain't had to do that. He ain't had to put the bitch.
Hey, man, my boy growing up, man. This where he was mommy's up to this point. Daddy here now.
And then this fool, wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, nephew. Let's go, nephew. She got you fainting, nephew. I'm with it. I am with it. Since I'm talking to Parsley, I won't have to pay no royalties for it. I'm with it. I can't leave you alone. That's what it said. I'm with it, bro. I support this message. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get this the Hot Seat Podcast. Let's go. Let's go.
You got to do the.
That's what I'm talking about.
Earl, ain't that it?
Nah,
that's what I'm talking about.
And apologize to him on the side for just the foolishness that. Yeah.
I'm with it. Oh, let's get it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, out of pocket. Yeah, out of pocket.
Hey, look, bro. Look, you can say what you want.
Who needs enemies?
Who needs enemies? But look, this is the crazy part. And we get out of here. Salute the nephew. Think about it real quick. I want everybody to think about at the end of the pod. In the 90s, we were listening to Boyz II Men, Jodeci, High Five, Silk, all that. All of us was roughly, preteen or something like that. Mm-hmm. We were out there begging for somebody that we may have just talked on the phone with or held hands. I just want you to keep that in mind when we saw the judge, these little young folks out here. They got more game than us these days. I ain't gonna lie.
No, the fuck they don't.
I don't know.
The fuck they don't.
Hey, man, I saw a young man with a car and money. He got robbed, but it was what it was.
That ain't game. We did that with nothing. They ain't got no game.
Just saying. It's the Hot Seat Podcast. Hey, send Uncle Earl, man, $10, man, for his Game Pass. Hey, yeah, we out.
The Hot Seat.